this. Krishna. So sorry. No, sit here. No, I'll just stand because sound is so low. I need to hear. I'll see where then. Should I speak in Bengali? Should I speak in Bengali or Hindi?
Hindi, Marathi, Hindi.
If I speak in Bengali, I just put the ache, and if I speak in Hindi, I just put the hai. The same language, almost. Microphone. So we, under the guidance of Guru Vaishnavas, we're performing the 84 Krosh Brajamandala Parikrama. The space in which we're here now. This is a very confidential pastime places of Radha and Krishna. The name of this place is Surya-kunda. Surya-kunda here. Here Srimati Radhika. Every day Srimati Radhika used to come here to worship the sun god. Actually, Srimati Radhika does not worship the sun god. Does not. It's just an excuse. And actually she meets with Krishna. And she comes here. And they perform many pastimes together. So you can have the darshan here. You are seeing, what do you see here? What do you see here? What do you see here? You saw the Mukuta Shila. Inside that, there's a Mukuta Shila. Is one stone with the crown impressed mark. Why did you come here? So that we can remember the transcendental pastimes of Radha and Krishna. We must know about these pastimes. So we saw that you have the darshan of Mukuta Shila there. There are many Mukuta Shilas in Braj. Means places where the crown is pressed like mark in the stone. When you did the Giriraj Parikrama, you saw also the Mukuta Shila in Govardhan. It's called also Mukuta Shila. The Brajabasis, they make up something like saying this crown mark is from these or there, but like they create some explanation about the mark in the stone. But when we came from Govindakunda in the Giriraj Parikrama, went to Pucharikilota, there's a beautiful stone next to Giriraj. It's called which Shila? Mukuta Shila. It's from the crown of Srimati Radhika. So in the same way, here also there is also Mukuta Shila here. So you also have another mark of, like if you stay here in Braj, the marks of also the cows in the stone. So if you see the Brajamala Parikrama, you see this. It's not enough just playing and going here and there. Shastra explains. We have to go to the pastime places with the dear associates of Mahaprabhu who possess prema, pranay bhaktas. We must go with them. And we have to have the darshan of these places. Then we can know which lila happened where, which kind of lila. These lilas are explained, described. So we have come here and we had the darshan of the Mukuta Shila, this stone of the mark of the crown. Once Srimati Radhika, she was bathing in this kunda here, in this lake, and then when she bathed, she left her crown on the stone in the transcendental abode. Everything feeling separation, so, and is conscious. So the stone was separated from. So Mukut, the crown was feeling separation from Srimati Radhika. So we started to feel this heat of separation. That's why the stone melted, or the stone was feeling separation. Sorry, the stone was feeling separation and the stone melted. And that's why the crown made this mark on the stone. You can see exactly the shape of Srimati Radhika's crown. That's why this stone is called Mukuta Shila. What is the name? Mukuta Shila. Is Facebook Live working? Can anybody tell me, please? So, the Vaishnavas explain. One Vaishnava had this dream, and in the dream, the stone was saying, I am directly the stone of Srimati Radhika's crown, please take me. So one Vaishnava was bathing here, and this Shila, this stone came in his hand. Then the Vaishnava put on the wall. So we do arati and puja to this stone here. It's called Mukuta Shila. Here also, Srila Jagannatha babaji Maharaj, he was doing bhajan here. Jagannatha babaji Maharaj, he is a Siddha Mahatma, a great soul and liberated soul. Srila BhaktiVinod Thakur is a very special officer from the British government. He was the 7th Goswami, BhaktiVinod Thakur. He was the district magistrate. Especially he was the district magistrate of the state of Orissa in India, BhaktiVinod Thakur. And he was thinking in his mind, my life went useless life. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, this verse is there. This life is temporary. Today we have, tomorrow we don't have it anymore. Like even tomorrow is uncertain. Just like a drop of water on the petal of the lotus flower. So imagine one drop of water on the lotus petal. This can anytime fall down, and isn't it? So in the same way, our life, our lifespan, when it will come out of the body, who knows? It's not fixed. So in the Bhagavatam, we see this verse, Labdas Durlabham Idam. After many births, after wandering the 8,400,000 species of life, finally God gives us this human body. Why? Just for us so that we can do Bhagavat Bhajan. The other day, a Vaishnava told, when there is some calamity, or like for coronavirus, so many people die, there's some earthquake, some dengue, like so many people die all the time, some calamity, or some floods, like natural calamities. All these numbers come in the paper. But do you see in the paper how many dogs died? How many rats were killed with the flood? How many cows were killed? This is not saying the paper, is it? No, only the human beings who died. What is in the paper? How many human beings died? Why? Because the human beings are special. They have a speciality. So we got the human body just for one thing, to do Bhagavat Bhajan. Why I'm saying this? BhaktiVinod Thakur, in his own self-biography, he told, oh, my life, I spent my whole life only doing material things. I could not do bhajan in my life. So then, BhaktiVinod Thakur, what did he do? He left everything. He came to Vrindavan. He thought, I'll do bhajan in Vrindavan. He thought, I'll do now bhajan in Vrindavan. So Srila BhaktiVinod Thakur, walking to Vrindavan, when he came near Tarakeshwar, have you heard his name? Tarakeshwar Shiva is a temple of Shiva in Bengal. BhaktiVinod Thakur spent the night in this temple. And in the middle of the night, Swayam Mahadeva himself, Shiva, came to him and told, "Hey BhaktiVinod Thakur, you are the eternal associate of Srimati Radhika, you are Kamala Manjari. Why did you come to this world? You have to fulfill your duties in this world. You came from Goloka Vrindavana to do two things in this world." In his own self-biography, BhaktiVinod Thakur told that Shivaji himself told him, told what? "Hey BhaktiVinod Thakur, you must do Gaura Nam and Gaura Dham. You have to manifest these two. Gaura Nam and Gaura Dham. Manifest name of Gaura and abode of Gaura." So BhaktiVinod Thakur thought, yeah, people forgot the Gaura's names. Means what? They forgot how to chant pure holy names, how to follow these instructions of Mahaprabhu to chant all this lineage. Everybody became Sahajiya Sakibeki. Especially the Bengalis. They say, let's eat fish. Let's dance with the young women and let's chant Haribol. So the Sahajis and Sakibekis, they have this philosophy. But you can never think God in this way. So Shiva himself told, you should preach the pure holy names. How to chant the pure holy names. Mahaprabhu himself said, "Hey Swarupa Damodara Rairamananda, here how to chant the pure holy names. How to chant the pure holy names. How to get to the bhakti." So Shiva told you have to preach all this. How to get to the bhakti, how to chant pure holy names. Second thing, Shivaji himself told, the Vidharmis means Muslims and other peoples of other religions, especially Muslims. Muslims, they captivated, like they took control over the Hindus' pilgrimage places. They destroyed these religious places of the Hindus. The Muslims are controlling these areas. And they even changed the spiritual names of the places. Mayapur, they changed to Miyampur. The Muslim people changed the name of Mayapur. Even Vrindavan, they changed the name of Vrindavan to Fakirabad. To Fakirabad. Vrindavan to Fakirabad. Muslims gave this name to Vrindavan. Aminabad. Anyway, even Mathura also they start to call them Miyampur, different names. So Shiva told, especially the place where Mahaprabhu was born, that place you have to uncover it, to manifest it. So BhaktiVinod Thakur, from there he came back and he went to Godrum. Like he didn't go to Vrindavan, he went to Godrum. Then he was chanting the holy names whole day, whole night. I mean, chanting a lot. One day during the night he was chanting Krishna Hare Hare Ram. One day during the night he was chanting holy names. BhaktiVinod Thakur saw there was the river Jalanga, the name of the river. On the other side of the river it was Mayapur. He saw in Mayapur, in the east, there was so much light, effulgence, shining, glow. Then he saw Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar, Srivas Pandit, and thousands of devotees taking Muridango Koratal, chanting holy names, and chanting, raising arms and jumping. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. But after some seconds, all this disappeared. All disappeared. All the devotees disappeared. Then BhaktiVinod Thakur thought, certainly it is the appearance place of Mahaprabhu. Then early in the morning, Srila BhaktiVinod Thakur, he came there and he saw that actually they became the cemetery of the Muslims. The Muslims, they are actually burying dead bodies under the earth in that place. BhaktiVinod Thakur thought, but I saw Mahaprabhu, Nityananda dancing here. In that place we saw that vision, there are only tulasi plants. Maybe a 100 meter square area There are only very green and beautiful tulasi plants growing, like a garden of tulasis. And the tulasi were so beautiful, really greeny and very beautiful plants, and with big leaves, very beautiful. Even of manjaris, tulasi manjari, so beautiful. BhaktiVinod Thakur thought, certainly this is the place of appearance of Mahaprabhu. Then Srila BhaktiVinod Thakur, he asked one old Muslim, "Hey, you are Muslim. You are against the Hindus. Everything you do against the Hindus, opposites. The Hindus, you have tulasi in your house or not? Who has tulasi in your house? Raise your hand. Who has tulasi in your house?" Everybody must have a tulasi in your house, in one's house. So BhaktiVinod Thakur said, "You are Muslim, so why do you keep the tulasi plants here if this is not..." Because this is things from the Hindus, not from the Muslims, this habit, to serve the tulasi. Because to serve God, you need tulasi to serve God, Thakurji. You can never ever food to God without tulasi. Even if these 56 kind of preparations, God will not accept without a tulasi leaf on top. So tulasi is very important. So BhaktiVinod Thakur told, the Hindus, they worship tulasi. They offer tulasi to Lord. Also, they make garlands with tulasi leaf for God. You are Muslims. You think tulasi is even impure. You don't like tulasi. So why so many tulasis here? Then this old Muslim told, we didn't sow this here. Actually, we tried to plant like rice or anything, but anything we try to plant in the soil, after 1-2 months, only tulasi is growing. Doesn't matter what we sow. Only tulasi plants are growing. Then BhaktiVinod Thakur thought, aha, this is the transcendental place of appearance of Mahaprabhu. But then BhaktiVinod Thakur, he also brought from London old maps of Navadvipa. Old maps of Navadvipa. Because he was a very influential person, so he was able to get these maps. So he asked the British government, I want the old maps of Mayapur. So he checked these maps and he saw, oh, this is the appearance place of Mahaprabhu. Shastra also explains where Mahaprabhu would appear, how many meters far from the Ganges Mahaprabhu would appear, his house, everything was described in the Shastra. So he also checked that. So BhaktiVinod Thakur, he counted, like measured everything, and he came to the decision. This is the appearance place of Mahaprabhu. But in Hindi they say, like those who have power, they control, right? Like generally, I don't know English proverb, but like if you have this power and strength, you can control. So the Muslims were captivating, like controlling the area, so what to do? Then BhaktiVinod Thakur, he thought what to do. This is the place of appearance of Mahaprabhu. But we need to establish this place by a Mahapurush, like a Mahapurush must come and say this also. That's why BhaktiVinod Thakur, he left Navadvipa and he came here. In this place, the BhaktiVinod Thakur came here, Surya-kunda. And here, who was he? Jagannatha Das Babaji Maharaj, Siddha Mahatma, he was here, doing his bhajan here. You can see, there, we'll go there. That's the bhajan stali of or here is bhajan stali. So Jagannatha Das Babaji Maharaj also did bhajan here. So BhaktiVinod Thakur came to the Siddha Babaji Maharaj and told. Anyway, he told him everything. Then BhaktiVinod Thakur came here that time to call him to go there. Actually, he was already 144. How old? 144 years old. Even his eyelids were so heavy. he couldn't even actually open the eyes without the help of his hand. Then he could lift his own eyelids. That old he was. He couldn't even walk. But he had a servant called Bihari Lal. So he used to bring Babaji Maharaj, carrying him everywhere. So some unqualified people came also to take Diksha from Jagannath Babaji Maharaj and told, "Hey Babaji Maharaj, we want to meditate and we want to hear about Ashtakaliya Lila. We want to do bhajan in Gopi Bhav." Because Shastra explains, the best bhajan is the bhajan worship to God in Gopi Bhava. If you don't get Gopi Mantra, Gopi Bhav, your life is useless. So everybody must take sannyas and everybody must take Gopi Mantra. So they came to Babaji Maharaj. We want to remember the Ashtakaliya Lila. We want to do bhajan in Gopi Bhav. But Jagannatha Das Babaji Maharaj told them, see that if you are not qualified and you think about your Swarup, this will create a big problem. Haribo. If you are not qualified and you try to meditate in your own Swarupa, you can actually never do bhajan in this way. Viparja, the opposite result you will get. Actually, lust and anger will increase. And Babaji Maharaj told, you should serve the Vaishnavas. Doing the service to Vaishnavas, you'll be able to get Sukriti. With the Sukriti, you'll get taste in Katha. You get Sukriti and taste in Katha. Then slowly you can develop Sharada, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana, Kriya, Natani, Vritti, Nishla, Rucha, Shakti, Bhav and Prem. Then finally you can do the bhajan in Gopi Bhav. Then Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj told, you see, we have a big field here, a garden, a field, so you should plant. You should plant eggplant plants. You should take care of the eggplants. Water eggplants. But then they told to Jagannath Babaji Maharaj, we have already eggplants in your house. We were also doing the, harvesting eggplants also in our house. What is the difference? We came here and we're doing the same thing we're doing in our house. What is the difference between what we're doing before and what we're doing now? Then these disciples from Babaji Maharaj, Jagannatha Das, came to BhaktiVinod Thakur with this question. Then BhaktiVinod Thakur told, what Siddha Jagannatha Das Babaji Maharaj has told you, this is truth. If you don't serve the Vaishnavas, you will never be able to do Hari Bhajan and Sadhan. So we have to serve the Guru and Vaishnavas. By serving them, slowly our Sukriti will come. Then you can do Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana, Kriya, and then slowly Prema will come in your heart. So BhaktiVinod Thakur told this. And then he told Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, you have to go to Navadvipa Dham. He had a servant called Bihari Lal. So Bihari Lal took him in a basket and put him sitting, and on his own head took him to walking until Navadvipa Dham. At that time there was no bus, no airplane. They used to go walking, okay? Then BhaktiVinod Thakur told Bihari Lal, bring Babaji Maharaj there. When Babaji Maharaj reached Navadvipa Dham, and specifically Mayapur, that place that was captivated by the Muslims, Jagannath Babaji Maharaj, he jumped off the basket and calling out. He could not walk before, but he started to jump and exclaiming like Haribo, Haribo, dancing and speaking Haribo, Haribo. In this way he gave evidence. Yes, this is the Avirbhava place, appearance day of Mahaprabhu. Jai, place of appearance of Mahaprabhu. In this way, BhaktiVinod Thakur manifested the place of appearance of Mahaprabhu. later on, the followers of Nayana Mani Manjari, Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada and his associates, especially Vinoda Manjari, who is Vinoda Bihari Brahmachari, Srila Bhakti Pragyana Keshava Goswami Maharaj, they were able to manifest that place. So we heard about Surya-kunda. Every day Srimati Radhika used to come from Javartana, and with the excuse to worship the sun god, she would come here just to meet Krishna. We'll discuss more about this in the temple, the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Doing bhajan slowly, the lila will appear in your hearts. When you chant holy names, you have to remember these lilas, and very quickly you'll be able to get the wealth of Krishna Prem. Jai Srila BhaktiVinod Thakur. So let's have the darshan of Surya-kunda, sit in the bus.